The decision is taken from me as Emmy suddenly jerks awake with a cry. Dad! This is more than I think I want to hear without her knowing. I quickly sit upright and gently shake her shoulder to stir her. Hey, are you okay? What a retarded fucking question. Uh-huh. What? Hisao? Are we spooning? Why is this happening? She shakes her head as if to clear it and quickly wipes her eyes. You had a nightmare, I think. Also, I don't know if you know this, but I'm laying in your bed under the covers with you. Hopefully that's not creepy. In his defense, she fucking started it. Emmy shudders again and glances up at me a little cautiously, as if unsure whether or not she's actually up. Yeah, I guess so. You want to talk about it? A speedy internal debate seems to be going on in her head, which resolves itself with a shrug. Nah, I don't really remember much of it. I'm pretty sure that she's lying to me, but somehow I think I shouldn't press I don't think I should press the issue. Even if she don't remember, her exclamation of dad would probably let you have an idea of what was going on. Emmy shudders again and turns toward me, looking a little sheepish. Sorry for falling asleep on you like that. I keep my voice as soothing as I can. Hey, don't worry about it. You've been ill. Because I can't ever complain if someone falls asleep, even if I'm talking straight to them. Because I'm like, for whatever reason, I will never take offense to that. I've never been one. If someone yawns in my face, I'll never be like, "Oh, you fucking dickhole." I'll be like, "Oh shit, are you tired? No, I'm sorry. If you want, we can stop or whatever. That's all good. I'm not gonna, or anything like that." But or like again, I talk about my best friend. That's a person who we've talked a lot, and will just fall asleep in the middle of a conversation when we're talking. Admittedly, it's usually through like text or something, so it's not like they're standing in front of me and going like spontaneous bout of narcolepsy. But like it's nothing, and then like. And they were always one of those people who was like extremely like, oh God, I'm so fucking sorry. I can't believe I did that. And I'm like, it's fucking okay. Just sleep. I'm not gonna fuck. Like, you're a shitty person for having to sleep. Because I know if I'm tired, bitch, ain't nobody gonna stop me from fucking going to sleep. The only one who's gonna stop me from going to sleep is me fighting that. But even if so, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if someone falls asleep talking to me. Especially not like that when they're off dealing with their fucking shit and I'm over here just going like, hey, what's up, how you doing? I'm fucking bored, you want to talk? I don't, like, man, that thing has never bothered me. Especially, and like, Emmy's sick. Again, it doesn't bother me. Or wouldn't bother me, I should say. It doesn't bother me because I'm the one she fucking fell asleep on, god damn it. Yeah, I guess that cold medicine's just made me a bit drowsy. Any longer and I'll evolve into a hypno. I'm sorry. I guess so. Emmy does not strike me as the sort of person who'd fall asleep at the drop of a hat. Rin, maybe, but Emmy's far too energetic. Emmy gives a half smile at my response, and then just like that, she's back to her old self. Well, prepare yourself for tomorrow morning, Hisao. We'll have to go twice as hard to make up for today. Hey, but I went running this morning. No excuses. Oh, fine. I'll be ready for you. Emmy nods, satisfied. Good. I take this as my cue to exit and get out of these fucking covers, because this is weird. Well, I'd better get going, especially if I want to get enough sleep for tomorrow. I hop off the bed and head for the door. Hey, Hisao? I pivot neatly on my heel and face Emmy. She opens her mouth to say something, and then in another first, I see her falter slightly. She closes her mouth and opens it again. Thanks. For dropping by, I mean. You're kind of the first visitor I've ever had who wasn't Rin. Now that's pretty surprising. I would figure that Emmy'd have people dropping by all the time. I would too. Look at her. Who wouldn't? Like 20 people. I wouldn't. It's just not for me. That's, well, okay, you random individual, sir, from over there, but I'm not talking about you. You're not the one on the goddamn microphone right now. She's certainly popular enough, or so I thought. Always talking to people in the hallways. Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything. I talk to people constantly, and no one ever gave a fuck that I existed. It's true. And most people fucking hated me. 1, because I was a piece of shit. 2, because things did not go well in high school for a multitude of reasons. But that's pretty obvious considering I didn't fucking graduate. Oh my god, Shannon, what have you done? Emmy hesitates again.
And, thanks for staying around after I... Well, you know...
A look of pain flits across her face.
You know... It helped.
She brightens back up and waves cheerily at me.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah. I'll see you later. I'm just about to exit the door when something makes me turn around again. Hey, Emmy. Anytime you need to talk, let me know, okay? Emmy seems taken aback by this offer. Her grin gets even wider.
Sure thing, Hasao. See you in the morning.
I exit Emmy's room with my head in a whirl. Should I have even left? Was she really okay? I want to turn around and march back down the hallway, open the door, and tell her I love her. Tell her I think she's beautiful. Tell her that I'll be there when she needs me. I want to stay with her. I want to hold her close as she falls back asleep. How many nights has she woken up like that, only to find that nobody's there? I want to be that person she can be with when that happens. I've always been a firm agreement with that, because, like, while that does kill me to see people I care about sad, the prospect of being the person to actually be there for them, to care and to help, and to actually just to offer a helping hand, or a shoulder to cry on, or just an ear for someone to talk into, that kind of thing has always been really, really important to me. I always tried to be that guy. It didn't always necessarily work, but that was always the goal. That was always the thing I always tried to do. It's something I always try to do still today, as much as physically possible. For normal friends, but especially when it comes to someone like that you like and you care about, you want to be there for them. You want to root for them constantly. You want to be the person to make them smile constantly. I always made the kind of joke, but not really joke of I want to be the person. It was something I always said to both people I was in a relationship with, but it was the statement of, I want to be the person to make sure that you always laugh and smile at least once a day. I always want to be the person to help you get there, to always be rooting, always be that cheerleader in the background with the pom-poms going do 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 do. You got this, my dude. I don't know. Because I've never been one to have a ton of confidence in myself for a lot of reasons. I'm not that talented. I'm not that good at anything. And while I will always try to improve and always try to do things that I care about, I mean, I wouldn't be here on this channel if I didn't care about it. If I didn't think that this is what I want to do, that I want to be there for people, to make people laugh and to make people cry, and I don't mean that in a shitty way. I don't mean like, hey, fuck you and kill your dog. I don't mean like that kind of cry. I mean like from a writer's perspective. I always want to be that person, to, I don't know, even if just to be a voice when you need one. The amount of times, because of the kind of person I am, I'm one of those people who always needs to be listening to someone talking. Or in this case, always be talking, even if there's no one really listening. I know, it's always been that kind of thing for me, and especially with people that I've been interested and cared about a lot over the years. Yeah. I don't know, it's a thing. So definitely, I get that. I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. But yeah. You know. It's a silly thought, I know. I mean, if that's silly, I am silly. We already know this, but you get my point. We don't know each other that well, do we? The whole idea, while exhilarating, also makes it work. And that's another thing, is like coming down to the way I care, how quick it takes for me to start caring about someone in comparison to perhaps how they would ever start to care about me is really interesting. When it comes to people that I like and have liked for years and have cared about and were like, I would be willing to spend a significant chunk of my existence on this earth just being with that person and talking to them and hanging out with them and sharing life with them. It's every single person I've ever been interested in, I was interested in them from like the first day or two that I met them. It was never a thing where it like, oh, this took us a couple of years, but I eventually caught on and eventually started to fall for. No, I mean, pretty much from the beginning, if I really cared about someone and was interested in them, I was that way very early on into meeting them. And this is a huge thing, is a lot of people will look at that and they'd say, well, that love or that emotion is therefore lesser because, I don't know, it was the same thing with being young and being and not that I'm not young, I'm still only fucking 21. It's not like I'm when I was a young boy. But it's one of those things where often you'd find yourself in a position where someone's telling you that your feelings aren't as strong as they are, or they can't be as strong as someone else's, either because it's you guys fell quickly in love, or you specifically, might not be mutual. With me, it was never fucking mutual. But like, you know, the people I cared about most, I would say like the 4 people that I was, am, have been, or whatever, been in love with, where I would actually say, yeah, no, I actually legitimately love this person. I met extremely early on and connected with them, from my side at least, almost immediately. And it never faded. It didn't get weaker. It was never weaker than anything else. It was way stronger than anything else. I don't know. I always thought that was really weird, especially since so many people, again, they consider that somehow lesser. I don't know. It's weird. It's always something that kind of bothered me. Like, oh yeah, you fell for this person when you were younger, or you fell for them really quickly, therefore your love is fucking weak in comparison to I or someone else or something. It's like, it's kind of pissed me off. I don't know. Fucking stupid. The whole idea, while exhilarating, also makes me feel worry. Worry perhaps that I'd overstep my bounds. Fucking know that one. And again, that's another thing that comes with that quick love is, I'm the kind of person who gets that way, who does connect with someone very, very quickly. And it's very strong, and it doesn't let go, and it's that kind of thing. But all of the other people that I've ever felt that for, it was never that way for them. None of them ever. And I always sucked because in your mind, or in my mind, I should say, when that kind of thing happened, it was very much a situation where I was, when you're that way and you care about someone, like, you wanna spend that time with them as much as possible, and you do care and you do feel these things, and they don't, because they don't attach to people the way you do. So you want to spend that time, you want to commit to them, you want to do this thing, but they don't. And so, or at least you expect them not to. And you never want to, you can never bring yourself to try anything because you can never bring yourself to try to explain to them how you feel or anything. Like, the amount of times I have had that feeling with a person and then wanted to say something and just like, I know that I can't do that because I'm going to ruin this relationship. I'm going to ruin this friendship, which matters so much to me. Because, of course, there's the whole argument like, oh, well, we can still just be friends. But after you say that, a lot of people can't just be friends with you then. So you get terrified to tell anyone anything. You get terrified to tell anyone your feelings. And they move on and they forget you, and then they're in a relationship, and then you sit there and watch them be happy and realize that you could never do that for them. You were never going to be that person for them. Love is incredibly frustrating. Not that I need to tell anyone that. It's pretty widely known, I would assume. I don't know, man. It's irritating. And it's just fucking... It's depressing, because I think about how many people I have... And again, there's only been, like, again, I'd say 3 people in my entire life that I can honestly 100% say, you know, that person, I love them. Like, I would... Like, if they said, I want to be together, I would be... Nope, yep, in a minute, in a heartbeat. I would spend years of my life on you. And I would have no qualms about that. And the first one I destroyed that relationship because I was an idiot. And the second time I destroyed that relationship because I was an idiot, which I have to say, thankfully, to that second one, I can still talk to her as a friend, and while I'm sure it's more that she just kind of puts up with me every once in a while, considering how much the way I felt about her destroyed my entire fucking life. To make it incredibly vague, I mentioned that I didn't graduate high school. The way I felt about her had a huge effect on that. And the way I went about it had a huge effect on that. And it wasn't that I did anything inherently terrible or bad or anything like that. It's just the thing that I did do, which was stupid, got a very negative reaction. Way more negative than it needed to. Not necessarily from her even, but from literally everyone. And it didn't just... And when that happened, I became one of the easiest punching bags in the entire school. And it destroyed friendships, and I became the asshole and the scumbag and the freak and the idiot, and that fucking destroyed me mentally and emotionally. And that was why I didn't fucking complete high school, was because I couldn't fucking take that anymore. This is something I didn't actually ever think I'd fucking say. At least not anytime goddamn soon. Yeah, and it was pretty fucking unpleasant. And you know, it did a real number on my fucking life, because the way I felt about her and the way she absolutely didn't fucking feel about me. That's the thing that sucks too, is we got along so well. That's why I thought I couldn't lose, I couldn't fail that, because we got along so well. We were great friends, and none of fucked it up. I fucked it up so simply too, and it just got so out of hand. And yep, and then I ended up here again. Thankfully, though we had a lot of troubles because of that, I think one of the reasons I still care about her as much as I do is because she always forgave me. When everyone else shit on me, when everyone else still couldn't bring her to tell me to fuck off. Still couldn't bring herself to tell me that. I think the worst thing I ever said to her was, she told me that she had a boyfriend, and I said, yeah, no, that's why I feel so bad about saying this to you. And it's the shittiest thing I think I've ever done to another person, was saying that one sentence. Because I've been cheated on twice. Painfully, and it was fucking ridiculous and stupid. And I still said that. I've never done that to anyone. I've never, and I never ever will. I could never bring myself to do that. I will never cheat on another human being, or nor will I ever let anyone cheat with me on another human being. I don't give a fuck who you are. Because I realized that was what I was telling her to do at the time, and I hated myself for that. I mentioned earlier, this has turned into a fucking podcast about the 101 reasons why Shannon hates himself. I mentioned earlier how I hold on to small things and big things. It doesn't matter what it is, I still hold on to it. That is one of the things that I hold on to as one of the things that shapes me as who I am. Is I know that I could never hurt anyone like that, because of how much that just it made me despise myself, and that certainly did not fucking help my mental and, again, physical health in any way, shape, or form. But, you know, I think that was the worst thing I ever actually said to her. And even after that, her words to me were, stop. I'm not gonna stop being your friend, but just stop. Even then, even after all of that, she wouldn't just kick me to the curb. Now, this is coming, we don't talk often. I will talk to her maybe once every couple months, and usually on like a birthday and like Christmas as well. I'll be like, hey man, hope things are going well, happy birthday and all that. And the last few times we've talked, it's been really, really great, and it's been really fun. And but even then, like, she never bothers to talk to me. I always have to talk to her. But even then, she still never just threw that friendship away. It's ridiculous, man. Ridiculous in a very, very kind way that I definitely don't think I deserved. But and the fact that I will occasionally talk to her, and she'll be one of those people who goes and doesn't like, oh yeah, this, and then immediately stops talking after that introduction. No, she'll continue a conversation, actually check up and root me on for the things that I do and things like this. Ridiculous. I don't know. This is not at all where this episode was gonna go. This whole first half was just this rambless mess, and now I'm fucking here. You know, that was like those first two people, and then there was the third person, which I've never fucking told how I felt, because I've been in the position that destroyed everything that I cared about because of that. And also, that person was in a relationship, so if I had done it, it would be a repeat of that moment, that whole, oh yeah, and I know that's why I feel so bad about this. And I can't ever be that guy again. I refuse to ever be that fucking piece of shit again. Again, I fucking hated myself in high school. And that certainly did not fucking help. I get the fear that Hisao has, because I have experienced the repercussions of it. And I mean, and this is not a new thing. This isn't, oh, this is only a Shannon thing. Everyone has been rejected. Everyone's, well, not everyone, but most everyone's felt that pain and that stuff. But, you know, it's a thing. I should probably move on. We're gonna get to the end of this episode here soon. I'm probably gonna have to break this one up because it's so long, but maybe we'll break it into a two-parter. This whole last rambly bullshit section can be this. I don't know. And now to add to my troubles, it seems as if Emmy herself already has an interest in someone else. This track captain of hers who seems interested in her well-being. True, I've only seen the two of them together a few times, but that doesn't change the fact that they seem better suited for one another. There's really nothing to be done about it. And that's another thing, is you see something like that, is you know you can't, and I say this, you know, but this is coming from me, is you see that person, whether they're in a relationship or or even if they're not, you don't want to say anything because either you know that person is so much better for them than you are. And I say, again, you know. Maybe you don't. Maybe that person really isn't. The amount of times I've been, like, I talk about the second girl that I mentioned, the whole one with the high school. I think about her. The boyfriend at the time, from what I understand now, was a total fucking piece of shit. If I understood why that relationship ended, he was a fucking piece of shit. But didn't know that till it was too late, and then again, still could have been better than me. And who knows? I don't know. It's all, this episode is making me want to cry, and I don't want to do this anymore. There's really nothing to be done about that. I need to take my mind off this whole situation. You and me fucking both, buddy. I've got homework to do. Maybe that'll distract me. I got Resident Evil to re-record, so I'll do that. We'll both do our thing, okay, Asao? Thank you all so much for watching, guys. Thanks for sitting through this if you did. If you didn't, who knows? The way a couple of videos have been recently, probably no one will watch it. But if you did, sorry to make you sit through all of that. Tools, Nose, and Lemons. Bye-bye, guys. Really, but or at least not in comparison to anyone else, but she is just inherently a very small individual, and through almost all of the stuff, again, she's small and petite and kind of, you know, she's that way, which again, I'm a fucking fan of, but like this one image specifically, she looks like she's 8, and I don't, it makes me very uncomfortable.